What is up, everybody? Is I Ronin, and today I'm coming at you with learning how to play Deskbots. So, what's a Deskbot, you might ask? They're pretty much a beatdown slash OTK deck, and they're pretty simple to play actually. The only downside is there are a few cards you absolutely have to open, and let's go over those cards first. So. First, the most important card in the deck, Deskbot 03. 03 is the bread and butter. He is your win con, and he is the thing you need to see. So let's go over his effects real fast. He's a level 3 Earth Machine with 500 attack and defense. When he's normal summoned, you can special summon a Deskbot from your deck, except itself, and once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one Deskbot monster you control to have it gain 500 attack for each Deskbot card you currently control until the end of this turn. So, by normal summoning him, you get any Deskbot from your deck. The Deskbot you will most likely be summoning is Deskbot 02. And his effect is that when he is special summoned, you can add a Deskbot card from your deck to your hand, and all machine type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense except for itself. So, there are several builds of this, and the I think the most popular one is 03 02 machine dupe, because you can machine dupe your 02 to get 2 more searches. However, we are running a lot of attack boosty things, like the base, so I opted not to run that this time. But yeah, pretty much if you have 03, you normal summon it, get 02, and from there your only real goal is to put as many Deskbot cards on the field as possible. Be it scales, search base, shuffle, and look for more scales. That's basically your strategy from there. We will go over the scale effects. Well, there's some monster effects that are pretty cool. So first off, to mention, all the scales are scales 1 to 10, and they all have the pendulum effect that you cannot pendulum summon monsters except Deskbot monsters, and this effect cannot be negated. So that's that. They all have unique abilities, though, in the on the field. So, 08. Gains 500 attack for each Deskbot in the grave and can attack monsters twice. It also makes it so it's the only one that can be targeted by card effects. 07 gains 500 attack for each Deskbot in the grave. Uh, it makes it so that your opponent cannot target monsters you control for attacks except itself, and it does piercing. Deskbot 06, when it's normal or special, lets you shift the battle position of a monster. It gains 500 for each face-up Deskbot monster in the extra deck. And if it's destroyed in the Pendulum Zone, it lets you recover a Deskbot from the grave. Then we have Deskbot 05. When it's normal or special, it lets you pop a spell trap on the field. It gains 500 attack for each face-up Deskbot in the extra deck. And if this card in the Pendulum Zone is destroyed, you can target a Deskbot in the grave, special it. There's a hard one's return. So yeah, essentially we have the scales because they're easy to put on for 03's ability to gain attack points. But some of them are helpful, like the Spell Trap Pop is definitely nice to have, especially because you don't always want Twin Twister. But yeah, it's pretty good. The battle position shifting also comes in handy from time to time. I don't know, it's very situational. But yeah, definitely that. So that's basically the Deskbot lineup. We already went over the win condition. The rest is making sure that win condition can occur. We have free Gamma Seal in the main to stop monster effect negations. Free Veiler to stop our opponent from making any substantial plays. Free Impermanence to help with that further. Free Pot of Extravagance because we don't really use the extra deck, and even though our pendulum monsters do go to the extra deck, we're generally not pendulum summoning them from there unless we are extraordinarily desperate, so Pot of Extravagance is fine. Free Dark Hole because Despots on an open board is ideal. 1 terraforming to search the Deskbot base, free called by the grave to protect our plays with free from getting hand trapped, and free base, which outside of being a Deskbot card has its own effects. So first off, it makes all Deskbot monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense. And once returned, you can reveal any number of Deskbot cards from your hand and shuffle them into the deck, then draw the same number of cards. It also has another effect where you can banish 9 Despots from the grave with different names in order to shuffle all cards your opponent controls and in their hand into the deck. But we don't really have that many Despots, so we don't worry about that. Yeah, and that's the main deck. Now we have the extra, which we are running multiple copies of everything because of extravagance. We have free Mrs. Radiant because we are all Earth monsters here. 2 each of the Nightmare package for removal. Free Boral Sword because it also OTKs. And free Boral Load because I personally prefer Boral Load. And we have 1 Odd Art because I feel like it. Now for the side deck, I already went over the Twin Twisters because sometimes you just don't want Twin Twisters. We have Forbidden Chalice. It's another monster effect negate. It's essentially a quick play spell version of Infinite Impermanence, so it's pretty nice. It's good if we really need it. Free limiter removal in case we ever feel like winning more. And free Storming Mirror Force because Thunder Dragons scare me and sometimes you just don't want to go second, you know? We also have free red reboot in case of the trap heavy matchup. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile. Like I said, the win condition is basically O free, then put on as much as possible. And yeah, if you're new here, we're just gonna go over a couple replays. We're gonna show you the deck's strengths, its weaknesses, sort of where it shines, where it doesn't. And yeah, gonna just sort of talk about what I liked and did not like, things I thought needed improvement. But yeah, all that being said, I'll see you guys in the first replay. Alright, on to the first replay with Marfa's. We are small because we are some small robot boys. And this isn't a bad hand, so I normally, like I said, you need O3. Thankfully, complete scales plus O2 does give us O3 access. So we're fine with that. We're playing with Aromas, the deck infamous for their life points. So yeah, let's go and get into it. Our opponent is going first. And they're going to set up the Aroma Garden, set the Aroma Jar because it cannot be destroyed by battle, I guess. Uh, hmm. Uh, yeah, now what you do here, he does have the Spooky Dogwood, so, you know, he will be able to gain some life points. He has Battle Protection there, so it's not I guess it's not terrible. Uh, it's not terrible. Actually, let's see. Oh wait, no, you couldn't have bounced back your own Aroma Garden. Oh, that would have been cool if you could bounce back your own Aroma Garden, but oh well. So yeah, now is going to be our turn. We draw, get the other O7, activate the Dark Hole because it's free removal. Activate O6. He's going to go ahead and Spooky Dogwood, which you're fine with. We'll play through. So we summon all the monsters in our hand because of O2. These two are powering up. O2 was special summoned, so we will get a search for a Deskbot. We search O3, which we're going to normal summon, which will get us another O2, powering up our other O2. And then Dogwood's going to go and do that. Because of the O2 summon, we get another Deskbot base, which we'll activate. And from here, we just use Deskbot O3's effect to gain a lot of attack points. It's 500 for each Deskbot card, so that's going to be 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 attack points. And from there, because our other boys are pretty big, we just attack, 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 attack for game. And like I said, that's kind of where the deck is strongest, when you just have the ability to build a lot of cards on board, as well as just have an open board to go against. That's really kind of where this deck shines even against decks where, lots of attack points, because this deck just puts so much battle damage on board so quickly. Yeah, and that was the first replay of things going well. Next replay, things aren't gonna go so well. I'll see you guys there. Alright, on to the second and final replay with Dominic Frost. He is playing some predatory plants, and this hand is really bad. We don't have free access, and we don't really have anything we want to summon. We do have Called by the Grave and Dark Hole, which is fine. Valor, because our opponent will be going first. Also fine to stop any substantial plays. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So our opponent, like I said, is going first. We're going to go ahead and let them lone fire just to see what they are playing and let them get all those lone fires out of their deck so they have less plays in general. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm not sure. So yeah, our opponent's going to go ahead and try to Ortho Scorpio. We will go ahead and say nope to that because that's scary. So our opponent's going to go ahead and pass. I don't know why they did not set that super poly. Really befuddling. But yeah, so we are going to draw. We do not get what we want. Thankfully, we are able to Dark Hole, I guess, because on their own, Deskbots can't beat over shit. So we will be able to set up our scales at the very least to get something summoned and attacking. We will be setting the Call by the Grave, which is pretty decent. Alright, so our opponent's going to go ahead and activate the Predaponics. Go ahead and summon the two Squid Drosera. Squid Drosera. Squid Drosera. Okay, Squid Drosera. Then they're going to make the Aromaseraphy Jasmine. He's going to go ahead and try to put predator counters on our stuff, so we are going to go ahead and say nope with it Called by the Grave. So yeah, our opponent's just going to attack over the 05. Then it's our draw, not what we want, so we're going to just go ahead and make the 05 to pop the Predaponics. I do not want to put the Deskbot base up right now because we don't have good things to reshuffle, and we wouldn't be able to beat over Jasmine anyways. Well, we activate it because, yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have activated Deskbot base there. That was my fault 100% of the time. So yeah, at this point, we're just sort of stalling because, like I said, you don't really do your stuff unless you're desperate. We are going to go ahead and negate that Jasmine so he does not further his plays. We are still not getting RO free, so we're just going to keep doing this. Opponent's going to go ahead and lure, summon the Spinodina. I hate pronouncing Predaplant names, and we are going to take some heavy damage. Our opponent is going to get a search. We are in a desperate spot here. What we needed was an O-free. Because if we had an O-free, this board suddenly becomes insane. However, we did not get an O-free. So we're just going to set impermanence, pass, and take that L. Alright, so that's kind of the big weakness of this deck. If you do not have O-free or O-free access, then there's just no plays that you can make. There's just nothing that you, as a player, can really do. There's a lot of natural consistency boosting with the deck, especially with like Deskbot base, but it's just such an important card, and if it is stopped, then there's just nothing you can do. You need O-free or else you lose, essentially, and I think that's the biggest problem with the deck. You need it to resolve. But yeah, that was the deck. Let me know what you think of it. Any ways I could improve it. Anything that was well done, not well done, etc. So forth. And any decks you maybe want me to test in the future. Always open for requests. And if I can figure out a way to do it that I think is pretty cool, then I'll do it. Some decks that's not possible with, so just be reasonable, please. But yeah. All that being said, like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.